On the run from inside his own 5. Slips through the line. What a great return, and he flips the field to start this drive off, and he just about scored himself. It is so good to have a dangerous return man. The Gamecocks offense will take the field first. Every team has impact players. What traits are you looking for when it comes to players who can make an impact, David?
Well, obviously, you want the main things, right? Speed, physicality, like all power, all those things are really, really good. But you also need guys that will hold people accountable, guys that will lead, and it's nice to have those guys on your team. They're the leaders of the team, and they're the best players.
And part of the reason why they're leaders is because these guys galvanize their teammates, right? We've seen time and time again, these dudes make plays, and it just sparks the sideline. It sparks the coaching staff. It sparks the fans. They're special players, and they all have to play well together.
The Gamecocks are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. They'll try to drive ahead on 3rd and short. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45.
That's a good sign if you're on offense. You're early on the opening drive, 3rd down and short. You're running the football. You're getting some push, and you're just able to get it beyond the sticks to keep the offense on the field.
They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another 1st down. And the Gamecocks are on the move. Looking downfield on 1st down. Looking to scramble. Nothing open downfield, so he'll just toss it away.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throwaway.
Fires to the wideout. Wide open downfield. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game. The Gamecocks will hustle to the line. Pushes ahead. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, South Carolina.
They did a really good job of setting the tone and stringing that drive together. It was a long drive. They needed to convert some specific spots. They did it, and here's how they ended it, with physicality. Punch him in the mouth, opening this game with a statement, and they got the early lead.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Cougars offense has the ball for the 1st time. And guys, we talk about how tight ends are a quarterback's best friend. Boy, this guy may take friendship to a whole nother level.
Yeah, it's so nice to have a guy that the size, the athletic ability, and here's why it's always so good. Jesse, what do you want to do, man? Put a linebacker on him, put a safety on him. Nowadays, these guys can win, and it just really makes offense so much easier to run, and it goes pretty smooth.
Yeah, you're right. This guy is a matchup nightmare. And it seems like every week defensive coordinators go in and they don't respect his athleticism, and it ends up burning them. They're going to find out the hard way today. If they try to play him and match him up with linebackers and safeties, this dude makes defenses look silly.
This crowd, full throat, spinning the eardrums and letting him know it's going to be a long day.
The offense has a little bit of success on the ground, and they're up. Look at them. They're ready to go again. Back on the line of scrimmage, ready to run another play.
They'll make the stop, but the chains will move. It's a 1st down for Houston.
And I feel like the option is a play that this guy can run in his sleep. He's constantly making the right decision, so I love it here. 3rd down, we're putting it on him to do the right thing. He had to keep the football there. The defense took everybody else away. It was open for him, so he was able to just pick up enough to keep this drive moving, keep the sticks rolling.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
Oh, that's a missed opportunity. You know the quarterback was excited. He saw man coverage. He thought he was going to have an opportunity to come up with a big play, but up front they could not protect him well enough.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and push it downfield. Oh, what a move. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. Houston will be forced to punt. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Wants to return it. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
And there's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out in the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, I got to get my feet set, make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on. And I think that you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracy.
Looks as if the defense was a little too eager there, got into the neutral zone, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty. Neutral zone infraction will push the ball up 5 yards. Three yards. First down for the offense after that penalty. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Fires to the big fella. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down. And the Gamecocks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play.
And that's what I love about this offense. You're not going to get all of your big chunk plays in the passing game by throwing it deep down the field. You can kind of dink and dunk, and on that RPO play, they had it dialed up and set up to go to that player in the right flat. Nice job.
They'll give it to the back. Runs through the tackle. Really good running, gets it into the red zone, and they'll have it at the 16.
This is an offense, guys, that really believes in physicality, and that's their identity. So running the ball on second down, no problem for them.
The RPO, fire complete to the left. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play, in prime position for a score. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Hand off from the shotgun. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Gamecocks.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
And the extra point makes it 14-0. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Houston offense comes onto the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
And the pass to the sideline will pick up a short gain. The Cougars in the hurry-up. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. Houston sends the punt team onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Bottled him up, not a whole lot of room to run on that return, and that's how this period will come to an end. That's the end of the quarter, and South Carolina has the lead. And they were able to build that lead into double figures. Let's take a quick look at our early stats before we move on. So after the break, they'll go back to work. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Punch it out of the air. Open space at the 25. And you can see the offense just feeling itself. They've got it down to the 21. That big play flipped the field. Now they go to work from just outside the red zone. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points.
Yeah, and a great job by the offensive line, seeing the blitz, picking it up, and then it's on the running back. Running back finds a hole, gets a little bit of a crease, makes a nice run at it.
Second and short, maybe looking for a shot. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was knocked loose, and third down is coming. The Gamecocks come to the line on third and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Muscling ahead on third and short. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Gamecocks! These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead.
All you can say is how impressive has this team been at home today in all 3 facets of the game. Their defense has been outstanding. We've seen some plays in special teams, and the offense continues to deliver, showing off all of the playmakers and all of the versatility they have on that side of the football. This could not be better here in the first half of the home team.
The Houston offense ready to go back to work. They're looking at a 21-point hole. There's still time to do some work, but there's also no time to waste. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up, defense has to be ready.
They'll run play action. It's complete to the left. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44. Back to pass on 2nd down. Got his man. Breaks into the open. And he cruises his way to the house. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got it. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a first down. Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. And the Gamecocks getting set on 1st and 10. They'll go to the ground. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6. Offense in a bunch formation. Give to the running back. Able to pick his way forward for a decent gain before the defense gets him down. The Gamecocks come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. They'll try to get the first through the air. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. No sign of the punt team as they will go for it and try to move those chains. Has to get there to move the sticks. He He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down. You're in plus territory, no desire to give the football back. Maybe the punt doesn't even work out. They go for it, and it works out well.
So I wonder if you go tempo here, too. Now that you just picked up that first down, don't let the defense sub. A lot of these guys now have been on the field for a little while. See if you can catch them off guard here and try and take advantage of how tired they've been.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Makes the grab. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. From the gun, the ground game. And into the end zone. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave a little bit of everything on that one. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, you've been calling a lively one so far from there in Columbia.
They're lined up and ready to kick off this second half. He'll bring it out. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here comes the Houston offense once again. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the second half.
Agree, so it can create some more balance, some more unpredictability. I feel like this defense has got a good beat on what they're doing, especially if they don't mix it up a little bit. So I do look for a little second half running the football from out of this group.
And I think the thing, Dave, is they just got to be more physical. I don't think this is a scheme question about trying different run plays. I think it's up to the big fellas up front. They've just got to make the decision.
Turning it on! And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down. Houston wants to play fast.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
Got him downfield. Oh, what a move to get open. He's loose on the right. Touchdown, Houston. And they're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. That 3-touchdown lead has been cut to 7. The momentum has shifted, and now a chance to get it back on this drive.
Another good run. Man, he has been picking up yards in bunches today. Jesse showing off all the skills.
And he's showing no signs of slowing down, David. This guy just gets better as the game goes on. He is a beast.
And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you running in between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Back to pass. Fires to the tight end. And he's brought down after a nice game.
You know, tight ends are such matchup nightmares and problems for defense. They're too big for DBs to cover, and they're too fast for linebackers to cover. You saw it right there.
They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Use the play fake, now to throw. Right down the middle. He's got it. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Gamecocks have it with a 1st and 10. The give to Davis. Past the first down marker and still running. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create 2nd and short, 3rd and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
The Gamecocks back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on the touchdown, South Carolina. And they take it in for 6 more points.
one of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch. They've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Houston sending the offense back onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success.
There he goes. They corral him out of bounds. Mark it down at the 38, and this offense might have something going.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them. They're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing with a ton of intensity.
Finds the tight end.
So surprised we have not been calling this guy's name more. He's one of the best tight ends in the country, but give the defense credit. They have had an outstanding game plan, limiting him so far. That's only his 2nd catch of the game.
Just gashing this defense, a big gainer to the 40-yard line. The Cougars are in the hurry-up, and they just want to give this guy a chance to make a play on 3rd down, and more times than not, he is going to deliver.
He's so good, so efficient, such a good route runner, got the speed, got the complete game, so you definitely want to highlight it, and especially on those downs that matter the most. If something's not open quick underneath, find him, he'll make those contested catches.
Floats it out in space, and they pick up just a few on that completion. As the rooster crows, they are getting cocky and cockier on 3rd down here. Grab near the marker. It's Chavez. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the 1st down. And the Cougars didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. He's all the way down to the 3. An electric run has them set up. The Cougars, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. We've reached the break. It's South Carolina holding the lead. This has been utter domination through 3 quarters, and the stats will back that up. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. And they get nothing. The ball remains at the 2-yard line. They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. They'll try to pound their way in. Touchdown, Houston. Hello. They'll start this drive with a pass. Finds his man in the middle.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
Wide open spaces. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
And the Gamecocks come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Fires to the tight end.
You see a lot of defenses late in the football game with a lead get conservative, I like they didn't. Like, they trusted the passing game. You're going to get looks that you know what they are. Defense has to be aggressive. You know, they have to be aggressive.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Gamecocks. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3.
And that is a drive and a score they absolutely had to have. Now making it a two-possession game late in this one. It wasn't going to be enough to just play it safe, play it conservative, punt the ball away, and count on your defense. They were aggressive. They mixed it up. But getting that score, that is huge for their win probability now.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Houston offense comes onto the field. Going right to work up top. Working that left side. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down.
And in this situation late when you need 2 touchdowns to win the game, everything's going to have to be downfield. So I like the idea in this 2-minute drive, throwing it that way. Let's keep it going, keep our pedal to the metal.
And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. The Cougars racing to the line in a hurry up.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead.
No more time to throw. Quarterback is sacked at the 35. The defense all revved up after that earlier sack, and they'll try to stop him right here. Looking left. Active hands from the defense forcing that incomplete pass.
Oof, you got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. 3rd down, you know, you see a lot of exotic coverages by the defense. That time they played zone, and he tried to force that football into a real tiny window. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
Trying to get it to the marker. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down? 3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. Handoff keeps working on that clock. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
He'll pitch it. And he'll be run out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. Not a very productive play there. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab. They get him stopped at the 32. A solid pickup, but it will bring up a 4th down and decision time. They didn't quite get that route run deep enough to pick up the 1st down. Now they've got a 4th and short.
And I think everybody at home tends to yell at their television set. Why aren't you getting past the 1st down marker? Why did you run your route short? Defense did a good job of knowing where that was. But now, 4th down, offense has to make a decision.
Defense just a little too eager, and that's 5 yards for the O. So it's 1st and 10 after that costly defensive penalty on 4th down. Oh, he's got some space. They'll make the stop, but that 1st down ought to ice it, and they should be able to kneel this one out.
These situations are preached so much in college football. Finishing a game strong, understanding circumstances. They are running the football right at you, trying to keep that clock moving, get a few 1st downs, and get a W.
They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a 1st down.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line.
Touchdown, Gamecocks! Fired in from the red zone for the score. To the air on 1st down. Got it in the middle with Chavez. And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield. But how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? And the Cougars line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Looking to throw for it. Unloads to the wideout. And it's incomplete on 3rd down.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fighting spirit, just not enough of that today.
Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down. He spikes it, clock stops as they try to rally late.
QB spikes it. No gain on the play.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. It's complete.
And this game is obviously out of hand. But I think the fans would argue, too, at this point, like, all right, well, let's not throw checkdowns, right? Let's throw some deep balls and continue to open up this offense and keep fighting. I think that's what you want to see. You want to see your squad not quit. Keep fighting until the very end of the football game.
A strike downfield. He goes out of bounds. Big pickup on the play. It'll look nice in the stats column, but probably not enough to make a difference in the game.
Hey, you know, the defense here in this situation with a huge lead, they've got to anticipate that this offense is going to be trying to throw the ball to the sideline, so they've got to work different coverages to try to force the quarterback to go over the middle of the field with the football.
Trying to make magic on the scramble. Got to protect the merchandise. Gets down without taking a hit. Houston going up tempo. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. Oh, they're after him. What a nice job by the defense stringing that out and forcing him out of bounds. He got nothing. And after this play, the cake will be baked. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Pocket breaking down. Just couldn't find a hole in this defense. They were ready for him and force him out of bounds.